We're here at Herman Holloway Senior Park for Living Well in the City. The city of Wilmington, in conjunction with the Department of Parks and Recreation, as well as the Wilmington Health Planning Council, came together to celebrate their annual community health fair, which is primarily focused on getting Wilmington residents connected with those resources that they need to further assess their health. Living Well in the City is a part of Wilmington's initiative to focus on what matters, and that's the health and lifestyles of those living in medically underserved communities.
We find that if you bring something right into the community, you raise awareness and the community tends to come out from their home. Or they say, oh, what's going on over there? They go and find out, they come and they bring their other family members. So we bring it here because then it removes the barrier of having to get in the car and travel.
Other diseases like cancer, diabetes, and sexually transmitted diseases also affect residents. The earlier they detect it, the better.
We don't want something to happen at 75 that you could have prevented at 35. And we're just trying to give people an opportunity with the health screens we had today, with Christina Care, St. Francis Hospital, and all the other collaborating organizations to put something together so people aren't afraid to go to the hospital. People aren't afraid to get tested.
Changing locations was a part of the strategic plan to target communities that are mobilely restricted.
This is one of probably the biggest events that we have all year out of the Wilmington Health Planning Council. And pretty much people always ask for it is routinely in Rodney Square. But we routinely started to move around the city to actually start really showcasing wellness around the city. So I'm excited, and I heard a lot of people here today say, I'm so glad you picked this location for it to be in. We were in West Center City last year. We were at Helen Chambers Park. So we're looking forward, and if folks want us to come to their neighborhood next with this Wilmington Wellness Day, we'd be more than happy to do it.
William Penn High School senior Deion Clarke volunteered to give back at this event. He remembers when his mom needed access to community resources.
For me, for example, me and my mom, we were a little broke and stuff, so we went to a shelter and stuff like that. But we bounced back on our feet, and it's always good to give back to the community.
Even the youth were exposed to each healthcare service and the many benefits that they provide.
Well, we definitely want to give them an opportunity to build and get connected to the community. So events like this, having them come out and just be present, give back, interact with the younger generation is always good.
Keeping up with your health is important, from the common cold to the most notable illnesses. Unfortunately, stigma stops many people from getting a regular checkup.
Folks need to understand the Centers for Disease Control recommends everyone get tested at least once a year. It's a public health issue. It's not about bad person, good person. Anybody can get HIV. And unfortunately, still at this day, there are family members of folks who we speak to that are still afraid to have the children be touched by the person in the family living with HIV, disposable cups and things and plates because they're afraid of that. The person in your family or friend that's living with HIV is not who we need to be backing away from. It's the decisions in terms of other behaviors.
After speaking with members here in this community, I was told they were really happy to be able to have resources right here in their backyard. And as I said earlier, this is only one of many events this week that'll be promoting health and wellness and the overall evolution of Wilmington. So I had a great time today, was very excited to be able to get out here, and I think it is safe to say that Peace Week is off to a great start. Reporting for Wilmington, Delaware, India Sage Williams, WITN 22.